Hello everyone. Today we'll be building a contact form UI design, right? Also, we'll be performing this thing, basic validation as well. So, only the design part will be making use of HTML and CSS. Let's start by creating the HTML file. I'll just name this one index.html. Let me create CSS file as well. Let me name this style.css. I'll just come to index.html. Let me create very basic HTML template and change the name to, change the title to contact form. Right. Next, what I'll do, I'll just link the style sheet as well. Also, let's give the path and name style.css. After doing this, let's continue writing the HTML code, right? Initially, what I want to do, I'll just contain the div. This is going to be the parent div. Let me give the class name container. Also, let me consider form tag. Form, instead of, I don't want to make use of the action. I just want to give the class name. So I'll just delete the action and give the class name contact-form. Within this one, I just want to make use of the h1 tag, right? h1 tag, I'll just give contact us. After h1 tag, I just want to make use of the div. So I'll just create the div, and within this div, I just want to give the class name form group, form-group. After this, within this div, I just want to make use of the label input and the span tag. So I'll just give label for will be name, and within the name, within the label, I'll just give name. Also, let me make use of the input tag, right? Type will be text itself for this. ID, let me give name. Also consider the name as name itself, and this will make it required, right? This is one thing. Next, I want to make use of the span tag as well. For the span, let me give class name error, and also let me give please enter your name. So let me copy this one div basically. So what I'll do, I'll just paste this one 3 more times. So here, let's change according to the requirement, right? So this one label, I'll just change this one to email. Here also, I'll just make this one email. Input type will be email instead of text. ID will be email as well. ID and name will be email as well. This will be required as well. Also, instead of please enter your name, this will be please enter a valid email. So this is one thing. Next, let's change this one to phone. Here, I'll give phone. Input type, I'll just give tell. ID will be phone. Also, the name will also be a phone. This is required as well. And here, instead of please enter your name, let's change this one to please enter a valid phone number. So this is one thing. Finally, this instead of name, let me make this one to message. Also here, let me change this one to message, right? Here, I'll just delete this one, delete the input tag. I just want to make use of the text area, right? Text area, I don't want to make use of the name. Instead, let's give the ID of, let me give message, name, let me give message itself, And finally, let me set the rows to 5. This will be required as well. So I'll just give required, right? This is one thing. Finally, here, just give me a second. Instead of please enter your name, here, please enter your, I'll change this one to please enter your message. So finally, what we'll do, after closing of this div tag, let me create one more div. Within this div, I'll just give class name form group for this div. And within this div, let me create button and name this button as submit. And let me give, instead of class name, let me give type of submit, right? So this is it for the HTML. Let me format the document once. So yeah, next let's start writing the CSS. What I have done is I have installed an extension called Live Server. This one. So what this does basically is whenever we make changes in the HTML, index.html file, the changes will directly reflect on the browser. Rather than reloading the page again and again to see the changes, we can make use of this extension. So I'll just close this one. I'll just come to index.html. Let me right click and click on open with Live Server. Let me minimize this one and minimize this one as well, so that we can see whatever changes we make in the CSS, right? So currently this is looking like this. Let's start styling. So initially what I'll do, I just want to make use of the Poppins font. So what I'll do, I'll just come here and I'll search for Poppins font. Click on the first one, first link, and just give me a second. Yeah, get font, get embed code, import. Let me copy this one, right? So I'll just paste it over here. Let's start styling, right? I'll just select the universal selector. Here, I'll give margin 0, padding 0, also box sizing. Let me set this one to the border box. Also, let's select the font family, right? Just maximize this one. Let me come here and copy this one. Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah, let me copy this one. Let me close this one and paste it over here. So the primary font will be making use of as Poppins. If something goes wrong, we'll be making use of sans serif, right? So let's continue styling. Next, let's style for the body. I'll just come here. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. So let's give display flex, justify content, center, align items, center, height of 100 view height, and background of linear gradient 135 degree, 6083 F2. Also, I want to make use of one more color, that is A0, E7, E5. So yeah, now this is looking like this, you can see. And this is it for the body. Next, let's style for the container. I'll just come here. Let me select container, this one. Inside the container, I want to make use of the background white. So I'll just give triple X, padding, I'll give 20 pixels. Next, border radius of 10 pixel. Next, box shadow 0, 4 pixel, 8 pixel, and RGBA of 000 and 0.1. Width of 90%. Finally, sorry, this one has to be, let's set the max width, right? Max width of 500 pixels. So this max width is according to the resolution, right? So you can set this one according to your resolution. I mean, you can increase or decrease this one. I have given 500 pixels so that this looks good on my device, right? This is one thing. This is it for the container. Next, let's style for the h1 inside the contact form class. So I'll just come here. Where is contact form? I'll just copy this one. So let me completely copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So the h1, this one. Let me paste it over here. We are styling for the h1 inside the contact form class, right? We give text align center. Also margin bottom of 20 pixels. Finally, color of, let me give some dark background color. So I'll just set this one to. Next, let's style for the form group. So where is form group? This one, right? Let me copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So let's style for the form group class. I'll just give margin bottom of 15 pixels. This is it for the form group. So this is looking like this. Next, let's style for the label inside the form group. So form group is constant here, right? I'll just give the form group. I'll just come here, select the label, right? This one. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. For the label, what I'll give? Display block. So margin bottom of 5 pixel, color of 555, right? So yeah, now this looks somewhat good. Next, let's style for the, you can see the label here, right? Name, email, phone, this thing. Next, let's style for the this one, input as well as the text area within the form group. So what I'll do, form group is constant. So let me again give the form group. What are the things that we are styling for? Input in the text area, right? I'll just come here. Where is input? This one. Letting give here input. Also, we are styling for the text area. The styles will be same, right? For the both. So we are using like this. Text area. Let me give width of 100%. Padding of 10 pixels. Border of 1 pixel solid D. And border radius, let me give 5 pixel. Yeah, this looks good. And font size, let me set this one to 16 pixel. Let's see if yeah, this is fine. Border font size of 16 pixel, right? Next, let's style for the same thing but on focus, right? For the both. I'll just copy these two things. Let me paste it over here. Just give focus. Yeah. Input and text area, right? So I'll just give what do you call this one? Just give it outline, right? This one. Outline, sorry. Outline color. Let me select outline color and give 6083 F2, right? This one. Finally, yeah, this is it. Next, if I come here, yeah, this is looking like this, right? The outline you can see, the color. Yeah, this is fine. Next, what shall we do? Next, let's style for the invalid, right? I'll just give form group So I'll just select the same thing when these are invalid, right? Let me copy this one, paste it over here. Instead of focus, I delete this one and select the invalid. Here also, let me select invalid, right? So for the invalid, what I'll do, let me give border color E5 37 not 37, basically I'll just give 7373. So yeah, initially this is looking like this, right? If you don't give anything, we are just focusing on the design. Initially, if you don't give anything, this has to say please enter your name, please enter your valid email along with the color, something similar to the red color. Error, right? We have to show the error. So I'll just set the color something similar to the red color so that this form looks nice, right? And this is it. Next, let's style for the same thing but on valid, right? I'll just copy the same thing. Instead of invalid, let me remove these two letters. This will be valid. For the valid, I'll just give border color of ash 81 C784. So yeah, so this is one thing. Next, what I'll do, let's style the error class inside the form group. So this form group will remain constant. And where is error? Basically this one, right? You can choose anyone. And here, this one. I'll just paste it over here. Error. Let me give display none initially. So color, let me set this one to E5 7373. So the last one will be font size. Let's make this one little bit small. This one, right? We are styling for. Font size, let's set this one to 12 pixel. Let's see. Yeah, this looks good. 12 pixel. This is it for the error class within the this one form group class, right? We have given display none as well. So now this works good. Next, let's style for the let's make use of the combinator selector and let's style for the input when invalid and when on error. Also the text area when invalid and on error. So I'll just come here. Invalid, where is invalid? This one. Let me copy this one. Let me paste it over here. Invalid, let me make use of the combinator selector and also include error class, right? Let's do the same thing below here as well. Let me give error. So here, let's set this one to block, right? So now you can see if we have given nothing inside the name, email, phone and message, we have we are validating just by giving please enter your name, please enter a valid email, and we have set this one to the red color. So this looks good. Fine. Next, we'll continue styling. Next, let's style for the button inside the form group class. Nothing but this one, submit button. So form group, this will be constant. And let me come here. Let me select the button, this one. Let me copy this one and paste it over here. Finally, what I'll do, let me give width of 100%, padding of 10 pixel, border none, border radius of 5 pixel, background, linear gradient, 135 degree, 6083 F2. This is one thing. And finally, one more color, A0. This isn't. We have given earlier, right? So this one. Color, I'll choose white, or you can just give triple F. Font size of 16 pixel, let me give. Yeah, this looks good, right? And finally, let's set the cursor to pointer. Sorry, what happened here? Why this one is not shown? Let's continue. Let me give a transition of background 0.3 seconds and select ease, right? So this is it for the button inside the form group class. Next, let's try it for the same, but on hover, right? Let me copy the same thing. We paste it over here, button, hover. So let me give background of linear gradient 135 degree. This one will be same thing. Finally, 6083 same thing, right? Same color. Yeah. So this is it for the contact us form. Let's make this responsive on all the devices, right? Currently this is looking like this. On the small devices also, let's make this completely responsive so that this looks good on every device. So I'll just make use of the media queries for that. Let me come here and give, at media. Let me select max hyphen width of 600 pixels. So let's type for the container padding of 15 pixel. Next, let's type for the input inside the form group class. Also, text area inside the form group class. Where is this one? I have to type completely. Yeah, that's fine. And let's set the font size to 14 pixel. Finally, let's style for the button inside the form group class. Form group will be same, and let me give button. I have to type completely, I think. Yeah. Let's set the font size to 14 pixel. So this is it for the style.css file. Let me format this document. Yeah, now this is looking like this. So let's see. I'll just maximize this one. You can see. So here for the name, we have given like this. And email, initially we have not given anything. So we have done a very basic validation where this is showing, please enter your username, or please enter your name, please enter a valid valid email, please enter a valid phone number, as well as please enter your message. This everything is working correctly. And also here, when on focus, okay. So let me change this one. Initially, when on focus, this the border color or the outline shouldn't show blue, right? So I'll just come here somewhere. Just give me a second. So here, this one, I think. I'll just give for this one border. Just set this one to outline none. This is right. Also, do I need to change anything? Let me give the border color. Let me set the border color to focus D HDF. This one. Let's check this one once again. So yeah, now this is good. So initially you're getting like this. We have not entered anything. We have done the very basic validation through CSS itself. We don't have to use the JavaScript, right? So I'll just type something like Bharadwaj. This one, let me give some random number. So here we are not concentrating on the functionality. Suppose we have to give the number itself. So we have to provide this much number itself. We have not done anything. Even if you are giving this thing as well, characters as well, this will take. So we are concentrating only on the device and have done the very basic validation. That is, we should not leave the this thing empty, input empty. So we have given the required. We have to give something, right? We are concentrating only on the design part, right? So this is one thing. Finally, message, you can type anything over here. This is one, right? So here you can see, and here I have to give something at xyz.com. Now this works. So if I press submit, then yeah, it will be initially back to the same state. Everything works properly. Let's check for this thing, responsiveness. Yeah, on the smaller device, I have selected Galaxy Z, right? Let me select the smaller device as well. This works good, right? You can see. Yes. Yep. This works good on all devices. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys.